Welcome back, guys, to the blind run of Metroid the Other End for the Nintendo Wii. Alright, it's time to continue trying to work our way through this little first-person view alien battle here. Still not quite sure what to do. I can only assume that the objective is to gun down these aliens and help the Federation soldiers fight them off. The only way how we can do that, though, is with missiles, and once we run out of missiles, we got the plasma beam to work off of, but that doesn't seem to affect the big aliens at all. And it's really hard to aim at some of the aliens, especially whenever they get right up in front of your face. And it's also annoying whenever you're trying to aim at a particular alien, but the cursor is stuck on some other alien creature. So yeah, this battle has been pretty annoying so far. I guess that I'm doing it right, though. I mean, I don't know what else there would be to do in this fight. It'd be nice if I could leave first-person view and fight by running around the room and shooting them. That'd make things a whole lot easier. Not to mention it would let me do the concentration move whenever I needed to. But being stuck in first-person view mode means that I can't use the concentration move, and I can't really move around at all either. So yeah, this battle has been pretty annoying. I cannot survive very long at all, and like I said, I guess that I'm doing it right. I mean, I really don't know what else there would be to do in this battle. It just makes sense to help fight the alien creatures off, considering that's what the Federation soldiers are doing. We'll keep on trying that, try to use these seeker missiles, target multiple aliens at once. Maybe that's the trick to it. But then if we do that, we run out of missiles really quick. So unless that destroys them all, which it didn't, that only left us with 2. Alright, and that pretty much leaves us helpless. Maybe this part of the game required a certain amount of missiles? Kinda doubt that, though. That'd be pretty bad programming if they required you to have a certain amount of missiles and you are able to not have that certain amount. So I don't think that that's the case. I don't know what else there is to do, though, like I said before. My only guess is to shoot them with missiles and use the beam the best that we can, but that's not doing good enough. We'll just keep trying it. Maybe we're just supposed to focus on the first alien that we see that confronts us right here. Then maybe once we destroy that one, the soldiers will have destroyed theirs, I guess? No, I don't think that's it either, because otherwise they wouldn't be letting us target the other aliens. Man, I really don't know what to do in this battle. This is really confusing because these aliens have so much health. And yeah, I can't do the concentration move, so I'm gonna die again. There we go. Alright, let's just try to start it back over from the beginning, I guess. I highly doubt we'd have to target the soldiers for anything. Matter of fact, I don't think that we can target them anyway. So, I don't know. I think chances are that you're supposed to use the seeker missiles. But like I said before, whenever I try that, I run out of missiles way too fast and the aliens are still left alive. So, yeah, this battle is really confusing. Alright, just about out of missiles. There we go. Now all we have to work off of is the beam, and I doubt that that will do anything. We don't have hardly any time to charge the beam up before we get hit, and if we get hit, then it stops the charge. So charging it is not very effective. Man, I really don't get this. It's really easy to die, and the aliens just don't seem to go away. No strategy that I've used has worked so far, and I can't really think of any other strategies. I'm at a loss as to what to do here. I guess we'll just keep trying what we've been trying. Maybe we'll get lucky with something. Maybe this is just some kind of endurance match. Maybe we just have to survive it long enough for some sort of event to happen. That could be a possibility too, like maybe we're not actually supposed to kill the aliens, but instead just survive their attacks long enough for a cutscene to be triggered. I think that that's pretty likely. It's probably what we have to do. Well, I guess we'll keep trying that, I guess. Just do our best to survive as long as we can. But with only 2 energy tanks and pretty tricky aiming due to the enemies getting right in our face, it's going to be kind of hard to do. We'll keep it up though, we'll get through this battle eventually. There we go. Just keep trying to defend ourselves. Wonder if maybe we have to shoot the aliens whenever they go into their green eggs or whatever. I guess that could be a possibility as well. Alright, I'm just about out of missiles. Using the beam on these aliens doesn't knock them back or stun them or anything, so that makes it kind of tricky as well. Pretty much the only effective weapon that we have is the missiles. And we don't have very many of them, so we run out fairly quickly and then we die. Alright, dead again. We'll just start the battle over from the beginning. Keep on trying to figure out what's going on here. Really sucks that I can't leave first-person view mode and actually run around. That would help out a lot if I could do that. That's alright though, I understand. We're supposed to protect Madeline Bergman and all that, yada yada yada. Alright, just keep on attacking the aliens, I guess. I don't know what else to do in this area. Just keep on trying to survive, I guess, just in case it is a scripted battle of sorts that you just have to survive long enough in. Alright, just taking a lot of hits because the people that I'm targeting aren't actually getting targeted. Just about dead again. Alright, one more hit and we're dead. Not surprising. Yeah, this battle is really, really annoying. And very confusing at that. Like I've said a whole bunch of times now, though, we'll just keep going at it until we figure out what we have to do in order to get through this battle. It's about all that we can do. I'm just glad that it starts us back here instead of at the beginning of the Queen Metroid battle. Because that would be especially annoying if we had to keep redoing the Queen Metroid battle every time that we lost this one. It'd be nice if the Federation soldiers could fight a little bit better, just in case this isn't a scripted battle. Alright, getting ready to start this battle back over from the beginning once again. Alright, just keep trying to figure this out, as usual. Just continue doing what we have been, just in case we are able to destroy these enemies. Alright. There we go. Kind of strange that sometimes whenever I charge up the missiles to fire the scatter shot or the seeker missiles or whatever, it sometimes does not target all of the aliens. Kind of weird, because you think that it would target all of them. That's alright though, it's not a big deal. What is a big deal though is whenever enemies get right in my face and I can't target them. Alright, getting pretty low on health, we're out of missiles, and the beam isn't really doing much. Yep, we're gonna die. Yep, as to be expected. Alright, just keep on continuing until we figure out what we gotta do. Okay, starting this over, just keep firing the missiles. There we go. Just try to keep the aliens off of us. Be nice if we had some kind of hint as to what we have to do in this battle. Ah, I had it targeted there for a second, then the cursor went away and did it again. It's kind of annoying whenever they get so close to you, it removes your cursor off of them. Alright, we're pretty low on health. I'm pretty sure we're gonna die yet again. Just keep on trying to fight them off, though. There we go. Alright, we're probably gonna die again. Yep. Alright, time to continue. Alright, just keep on doing the usual strategy here. Are you kidding me?
Thomas Aaron, I heard what happened. You performed admirably. You can leave the rest to us.
Madeline!
Wait. Aaron. Unfortunate what happened to Commander Malkovich. And to think that his entire unit was annihilated. Truly a tragic day. Would you agree, Aaron? Sadly, with them gone, you're just an outsider. And given your unofficial status, I cannot allow you contact with the witness. With your predilection for transporting illegal cargo like infant Metroids, I must ask that you restrict your... Time for the lady to go home. Someone escort her.
Yes, sir. Time for us to go. Come on, princess.
What? Stop right there. Who are you?
Anthony Hicks, sir. Galactic Federation Platoon 7. I need to secure the safety of any survivors, Commander Malkovich's orders, and the purpose of this mission.
What?
Authorized by the chairman of the Galactic Federation. Of course.
What do you mean, the chairman?
Man, you guys made it here quick. I mean, if I hadn't stopped the engines, we might have missed each other. Crazy. Crazy how something good can come out of something bad. Whoa. Didn't mean to wake her. Guess I ought to be quiet.
Anthony was trying to be courteous to Madeline. She was exhausted and had only just fallen asleep. She needed the rest. She had a lot of explaining to do once she got to Galactic Federation headquarters. For herself and for Melissa.
Still can't get my head around it. What a crazy mission.
Anthony sighed as he muttered to himself. What would have happened if we hadn't been called there? Might the furious MB have attacked the Galactic Federation and brought about its utter destruction? Melissa wasn't insane, no. One day, a consciousness simply bloomed within her. And those that caused it to bloom, the humans, called it insanity. I was the insane one. That was what Madeline muttered softly as she sank into sleep. The selfish conceits of humans drove MB to violence. It was their distorted perceptions and greed that awoke such fury in the fledgling girl's heart. Her thought was to punish the foolish and conceited. But MB could not complete her mission. As Melissa, she was defeated. With their one vulnerability overcome, the Metroids were indestructible. If some fool just following orders had taken the savage creatures to those who sought them. I can't imagine what would have happened if Adam hadn't recognized the looming danger. But the cost was far too great. Why did Adam have to pay with his life? For me, I couldn't believe he was dead. For the first time, I questioned his choice.
objections, right, lady?
I heard Adam's voice in my head. And I knew in my heart that he had made the right decision. Just as he had so many years ago. In that moment, I swore not to grieve his death. And for the first time, I gave him a thumbs up, just in case he was watching over me. His amused expression looked as though he wanted to say something. His face and Adam's swirled together. That last smile as Adam drifted away.
Alright, time for the credits. Just a quick heads up, one of my friends informed me that the game isn't completely over once you beat it, so there's still a little more to do after the credits are over, but I'll go ahead and talk about my thoughts on the game anyway. I think that this was a good game. Not a great game, but a good game by Metroid standards. I'll start with what I didn't like about the game. One of the things that I disliked the most were the forced first-person view segments. Some of them weren't bad, and it was fairly obvious what you're supposed to find, but other times it wasn't so obvious. It didn't help that most of the time the game makes you point at what you're supposed to be looking for a second before it finally reads that you're aiming at it. It's because of that that some of the forced first-person view segments can take a while to get through on your first run. Like the segment after Anthony blasted the big creature off of Samus, you're supposed to find a small puddle of green goo on the ground, but how are you supposed to know that you're supposed to be looking for goo of all things? The game should have automatically picked up on that you're pointing at the required target right away instead of making you point at it for a moment. Like I said though, some of them weren't bad, but others were pretty annoying. I also didn't care for how you had to have some of your weapons authorized by Adam. I know that they were just trying to find new ways of obtaining your weapons, but it doesn't really fit with Samus's character in my opinion. Like I said earlier, Samus is a lone wolf character, a bounty hunter. She isn't working for Adam, she's working with Adam. Adam shouldn't have any authority over her, in my opinion. It also doesn't help that Adam likes to wait until halfway through battles or areas where the weapon could be useful before he authorizes it. Another thing that was kind of annoying was when bosses would suddenly attack and I wouldn't know if it was part of a cutscene or not. More often than not, I would take damage because I didn't know if I was supposed to be dodging or watching. Performing the concentration move during a boss battle could sometimes be annoying as well because Samus would sometimes go into her morph ball form instead of starting the move. I sometimes found aiming in first-person view to be kind of annoying because Samus either wouldn't target an enemy because it was either too close or it was moving, or she would target the wrong thing and I'd have to untarget and then try to retarget what I was trying to shoot. That sometimes got annoying pretty quick. There are more things that kind of annoyed me, but I think that most of the rest of them would just be kind of nitpicks. Despite some of those annoying things, there were quite a few things that I did like about the game. First of all, I really liked how they included both third-person and first-person modes. Being able to search around areas with both views was a lot of fun, and I liked how some of the weapons worked in the first-person mode. The cinematics in this game were all really good in my opinion. The voice acting was also pretty good too. I don't think that there's a single cutscene that I really hated, although there were some that made me ask a few questions, like how come Anthony and Samus were being buddy-buddy while the other Federation soldiers were busy fighting off alien creatures. I liked that it was easy to travel around and that you weren't forced to fight a majority of the normal enemies, but I also liked that the game rewarded you for destroying all of the enemies in an area by showing you where items were located at on the map. That made it worth it to take your time and fight the normal enemies instead of just avoiding them. I also liked that some of the past bosses were brought back in this game as well, like Nightmare and the Queen Metroid. This game's boss battles as a whole were pretty good in my opinion. I had a fun time fighting all of them, even if some of them had some pretty stupid moments, like not being told about the power bombs in the Queen Metroid battle. So yeah, like I said, I think that Metroid the Other M is a pretty good game. It's not a great game by Metroid standards, but it's still a good game in my opinion. Sure, it has its flaws, but it still stayed a pretty fun experience the whole way through. I think that the credits are just about over. I was never told what exactly you do after the credits. I was just told that the game doesn't end once the credits roll. So we'll just go ahead and wait until they're finished and see what we gotta do. I'd imagine that there isn't a whole lot left to do once the credits are finished. Maybe just a little bonus area or something. We'll just have to wait and see. Kinda like that you see different cutscenes in Samus's helmet during the credits here. That's pretty cool. As for where I would rate Metroid the Other M throughout the entire Metroid series, at this point in time I've beaten 6 Metroid games now, and I'd probably rate this one as the 4th best Metroid game that I've played. It's definitely not better than Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, or Metroid Zero Mission, but I do think that it's better than Metroid 1 and Metroid 2. Like I said, overall it was a pretty good game, but not a great game by Metroid standards. Alright, looks like the credits are just about over. We just passed the special things area, and that's usually the end of the credits. Alright, seems like it. Let's go and wait and see what happens. Nintendo and Team Ninja and all that.
Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the bottle ship, a mission that will most likely be carried out in the next day or two. I'm heading toward the bottle ship now. I'm going to rescue something that was left there. Something that can't be replaced.
Alright, seems pretty easy to get there. Sure, now you tell me that I can use power bombs. Thanks, game. A little late on that, but whatever. Alright, pretty straightforward path. Go this way. Head through this door up here. As usual, seems like a pretty straightforward path. Nothing branching off of it. Just one way to go and not many enemies. Alright. Looks like we gotta climb up here. Just keep screw attacking through the weak enemies if we have to. There we go. Alright. And just keep on moving. Didn't even see that enemy. Alright. Go up the stairs over here. Destroy some of these weak enemies using normal shots and go ahead and wall jump up this area. And through the door we go. Alright. Oh, there we go. It was looking like the door wasn't going to open there for a minute. Alright. just about to a navigation room. Go and take the elevator up. I remember this area. The navigation room should be just to the left up here. Right through this door. I think that this will make a good stopping point here. We managed to beat the main game and got the ending out of the way. Now it's just time to figure out what's in this extra area. Hopefully we'll be able to make some good progress in the next part. Whatever the case though, that is it for part 22.